Okay, y'all, good morning. It's good to see you back here again. Just a continuation of how to mount up this relay panel and what I'm going to be doing today. As you can see, I've taken the positive and secured it down. Just took some, let's see what we take. We took number 2 by 3/4 inch screws. These metal screws, but they're just as good in this wood as not. Mounted them, the positive on one side, and I've come back and mounted the negative on the second side. And now I'm just going to run all of the negative wires from the fuse blocks into each of these individual ports. And as you can see, I really only have 5. I have 6 wires, but 2 of them will be mounted together. These are real easy. They just come right off like that, but they will protect it as it goes down the road. So again, that's what I'm doing, and I'll show you each individual one as I get to it. Okay, y'all, this is a very simple process. All I did was go through and cut the wires to the proper length along here so they'd go into the negative block, and then just crimp on with my trusty little crimpers, crimp the wire ends on. And then I finally decided that I'm going to use the main negative lead in for that 6th one and not double up anything else, because that's going to be plenty. But if you do that, make sure you always put the primary lead, and in this case it's the primary going over to the ground system itself, or the primary on the hot going to the coming from the 24 volt, in my case 24 volt source. But put that lead on first so it gets a good connection, and then put the second lead on next, and then just take your nuts, go down on them, tighten them up, and then go on down the road. But anybody that's been kind of following knows that I don't have all of the connections on the relays. So I'm doing this kind of as a mock-up right here, because this is all going to have to come back apart, and I'm going to have to get into the bottom and use the lugs, the correct lugs. Hey, fever. Use the correct lugs here to go ahead and finish up wiring all of the fuses, and also into the block itself, into the fuse blocks itself with these. There we go, you can see them. So again, this is just a mock-up. I've taken a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, drilled some holes in it, took some screws and screwed in the positive block and the negative block, and then the wires are gonna, from the feeds, are gonna come from 24 volt, will come into here, and then this will go over to the ground, the grounding post, and that's something that I've scraped off and got a really good connection on the back of the motor. And again, this is going to work really well. Going to be 5 of them for the lights in the back, and the 6th one, excuse me, will be for the fan. It's an auxiliary cooling fan that's on the back of this 8V71's radiator. So that's going to be nice. Anyway, this is what we're doing today on the Brian's Bus Adventure.